My name is Marley, and I'm very excited to be with you guys today. But before I begin, I'd like to tell you about myself and my work and why I consider myself an elevated Black girl. So I am the founder of the 1000 Black Girl Books campaign, and I spend my time elevating Black girl stories and helping others understand the diversity and realities of girls like me. I came up with this idea for 1000 Black Girl Books when I was in 6th grade. I'm in 8th grade now, and in my 5th grade class, I didn't see Black girls being reflected in the stories that I read at school. And this was a huge problem because a lot of kids use school as a reliable source for the books that they have. And all the books focused on one type of central character. Books such as Where the Red Fern Grows and the Shiloh series and Old Yeller, which are books that I loved reading, but they all had white boys and their dogs as the main character. And while I had books about Black girls at home, I didn't have them in school whatsoever. And school is a place that's supposed to open up our minds and our imaginations. And school is a place where we learn fact from fiction. School is where we are supposed to learn about the world around us, that they were ignoring us, Black girls. At my elementary school, I did not have access to diverse stories. And I think it's important that the books that we read reflect the world around us and the people who are reading them. Our society has lots of different people and kids, all different races, ethnicities, religions, family types, orientations, and they were in my class. And I think the books should reflect all of them. When diverse stories are absent, it can suggest that these stories and their lives do not matter. With the help of some pretty important caring adults, I decided to collect 1,000 books that have Black girls as the main character. But now I want to talk about my own book. So I wrote this book because I've been taught a lot of things, and I feel like they need to be shared. And I'm passionate about reading and equality, and I wanted to share that with you all. I also wanted to give you a how-to. Because a lot of the times we see on TV or we see on social media that people are trying to make a change in the world, they don't explain how they did it and the real life steps. One of the main purposes of this book is to share with you clearly how I did it, because I want you all to do it too. It's also about who. I want to share the stories of people who helped me make this possible, including my wonderful mom and dad. And one of the most influential groups in my training to be an activist and change maker is the Grassroots Community Foundation. This organization was founded by my mom, but it wasn't just my mom, and it was a group of amazing women and trailblazers in New Jersey that taught me how to use my passions and my talents to make the world a better place. With their help, I have met and exceeded my goal. To date, I have collected over 11,000 books and 1,500 unique titles featuring Black girls as the main characters. And the best part is I get to share these books with communities across the globe. From schools like the Henry C. Lee School in Philadelphia and the Renzulli Academy for Gifted Children in Connecticut. And because of their investments and because of your investments, I've also had a chance to share these organizations and share these stories with places like the Happy Hippie Foundation for LGBTQ+ youth and kids in foster care. These books have gone to Ghana, they've gone to Greece, they've gone to Singapore, they've gone to France. And I'm really, really proud of the work that I do so I can share these messages and these stories of why Black girls' stories are really important. And this campaign has allowed for me to expand and share my passion. But more importantly, it's really a testimony that Black girl stories are needed everywhere. They are universal stories. They are stories of our triumph, our beauty, and our pain, and they apply to all of us. Sharing them is important for me, and it's very important for each of us. With this book, my goal is to show kids that the stories of Black girls are important, and that they can learn a lot from our experiences. Books make it safe to learn, question, and imagine. I'm convinced that books are the answers to a lot of the problems that we see in this world. Books, these books, can help reduce, if not eliminate hate, fear of strangers, racism, sexism, xenophobia, homophobia. Books free our minds and teach us empathy and understanding. Books reach us in a way that no other thing can. Unlike movies and videos, books leave a lasting imprint on our lives. But seriously, with this book, my goal remains the same: to show the world that Black girl stories, like Black girls' lives, matter. My goal with this book is to promote the stories of Black girls, and not only for Black girls, but for all of us. I live in a New Jersey suburb, and I come from a community that has a lot of white kids, and I notice a lot of times they don't understand our differences, like my hair, my skin color, my experiences, my family type, and they don't know why we come from different cultures. They don't have answers, and they don't have these stories of my ancestors, and they don't understand that my history is different from theirs. Our differences can serve as windows and mirrors, and I'm working to create mirrors and windows for these communities all across the world. And when I say mirrors, I mean that Black girls who are reading these books can reflect on their lives and their experiences and grow to have a strong and deeply rooted identity in themselves and become confident, strong women. And when I say windows, I mean I want all of us to be open to each other and open to our stories. And I want us to appreciate our differences and grow from these things that we do not understand. It's also very important to me to show schools and to show the world that Black girl books are out there, and that if we share these stories, we will create foundation for a more equitable society. Many of these books have won major awards, but yet they are not elevated and they are not being assigned in schools. When I found out that Brown Girl Dreaming by Jacqueline Woodson and Roll of Thunder, Hear My Cry and One Crazy Summer had won Newbery Medals, which are basically Oscars, and as some of you may know, Leonardo DiCaprio took 5 times to get 1 Oscar. So if they got them the first try, that shows how hard they worked on these books. But I have to ask, why were they not being included in my school curriculum? And I was able to really work hard and develop these strong ideas and a strong campaign with the help of grassroots and with the help of my supporters online. And I thought that 1,000 was a lot of books 2 years ago. But my success with the campaign has shown me that there is more that I can do. So I'm making a bigger goal. My new goal is to collect 1 million, to give away 1 million books to kids who do not have access. And I want to do this all over the world. But before I come to a conclusion, I wanted to share this with you all. Share your goals with those who you love and trust, and ask for help. Over the past year, I've learned a lot of things, and one of the biggest things I've learned is that kids do not get enough support to be their best selves. I think it's really important that we start listening to each other, and teachers need to start listening to students about the things that they want to do and their ideas and dreams and hopes. And to those that say that kids must be invested in, I agree. And I hope that all of you will invest in each other so we can change the world. Thank you.